Shalom, Yasharala. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh Y, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to you, sincere. I keep pushing this truth. Cost of four wins, man. To reel in, cast out that net, and reel in the hopeful elect, the precious elect, so we can get the fuck out of this wicked ass perverse place known as Babylon, aka Sodom and Gomorrah, aka Egypt, aka Assyria. Alright? All of the captivities with the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes and the Native Americans, the Latin-speaking people of the earth had to go through for disobedience. Here in America, it's rolled up, all those captivities are rolled up into one enchilada, man. You know? But on this topic, man, I'm gonna enlighten our people to, man, through the spirit, of course, to stay away from our enemies, man, the other nations, the other races. Okay? The other races were created to serve us and to be in positions of servitude with us. All right, for us, okay? They wasn't created for us to be going to football games, drinking beer. They wasn't created, their women were created to be our concubines and slaves. Their men were created to be our slaves, our servants, okay? We wasn't created to share each other's culture, customs, or whatnot. We wasn't supposed to raise our children with their children and give our daughters in marriage to them and our sons in marriage to them. Nah, we were created to be separate, holy, okay, from these other races. And when you get enlightened with this sound doctrine, you start rehearsing the righteous acts right now. Now I know it got dildo head simpletons that take everything us men of the Lord teach out of context. All right, we slaves in this society, so you have to go to work with these other races, these other nations. You have to deal with them when it comes to business, commerce, okay? So don't take what I'm saying out of context. If you got to go to a business meeting and y'all in the business meeting they say we're gonna go out to eat, have lunch and brunch, by all means do it, okay? But I'm talking about in your spare time, all right? In your spare time where it has nothing to do with business and commerce, or you're not trying to get something out of the motherfuckers. We have no reason to have any dealings with these other races, these other nations. And the scriptures, we learn from the scriptures. Romans 15:4 say everything done aforetime was done for our learning. Okay? And when you look in the scriptures, every time we dealt with these other nations, it turned out bad for us. Every time we got yoked with them, it always turned out bad for us, okay? Now, aside in this day and time, when it comes to letting them cross the threshold of your domain in your house, the only reason I see, if they're coming there to fix something, if you call them a plumber or the air conditioner man to fix something in your house, aside from that, I don't see no reason to have a heathen nowhere in your domain, unless it's a heathen concubine. Because when it comes to concubinage and brothers that deal with women, it's better to deal with a heathen than the Judite woman. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, we have no reason to be dealing with them. And I'm going to go through a few precepts over the archives of history, man, and through these scriptures to show, man, that it was never good for us when we dealt with the other heathens and not with the heathens. And our Heavenly Father always commanded us from the beginning not to deal with them, not to have nothing to do with them. That the only relationship we had for them is to have them to serve us. That's it. So I'm gonna start off in Exodus 23. I'm gonna start at verse 31. All right. Now this is when we came. This is when we became a nation. This is after our Heavenly Father gave us that blessed law. That's when he made a covenant with us round about Mount Sinai, okay? This is what he charged us when we crossed over into the promised land, the land of milk and honey. Let's see what our our Heavenly Father told us, okay? This is Exodus 23 and 31. And I will set the bounds from the Red Sea even to the Sea of the Philistines, okay? That's over there on Gaza, at the coast. And from the desert unto the river, For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land in your hand. It's talking about the other races, the other nations. And thou shalt drive them out before thee. All right? The only reason they supposed to be living amongst us if they are our slaves. Okay? Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor their gods. We not supposed to be exchanging culture. Or we want like in this society, we want to go to vacation and learn the customs of the other races, the other nations. Nah, fuck that. It is written that we wasn't supposed to do that. Okay? They shall not dwell in thy land. Don't have them. In this society, you rehearse the righteous acts. Don't have the motherfuckers crossing the threshold of your home, your inhabited dwelling where the Most High has given thee. Okay? For if thou serve their gods, it will surely be a snare to thee. And when you just deal with them and you're in cahoots with them, all right, and you synchronizing with them, all right, you're dealing with idol worshipers. The scriptures say have nothing to do with unbelievers. Okay? I'm gonna stay in the law. Let me get all Leviticus. All right, this is what was taught to us in the beginning. Start at verse 20. This is Leviticus. I'm gonna start at verse 25. If thy brother, this is Leviticus 25 and 25. If thy brother be waxing poor and has sold away some of his possession, if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem it, that which is his brother sold. Now, that's talking about a fellow Israelite. The only person that could be your brother is a fellow Israelite. Okay? Well, who you know as in this life, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latin-speaking people of the earth. Our brothers are the 12 tribes, the 12 sons of Jacob. Okay? Issachar, so-called Mexicans, Reuben, so-called Simeonians, Simeonites, the so-called Dominican Republican, Levi, so-called Haitians, Judah, Yahawada, so-called Negroes, Benjamin, so-called Benjamites, so on and so forth, Ephraim, so-called Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, so-called Cubans, okay, Asher, so-called Colombians, all right, the Latin-speaking people of the earth, Gad, you so-called Native Americans, all right, the Zebulon, you so-called Nicaraguans, so on and so forth. These are our brothers, okay? Verse 26, these are the people we supposed to be yoked with. If the man have not none to redeem it, and he and himself able to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it, then let count the years of the sale thereof, and restore the overplus unto the man whom he sold it, that he may return unto his possession. All right, that's saying, man, we can't put our brother, treat our brother as a slave. If our brother owe us money, we let our brother come work for us. Like when Jacob went and worked for Laban 14 years, all right, Laban couldn't keep him forever. Laban had to pay him for his work. If he owed Laban for the price of his daughters. So that's why he worked those 7 years, okay? And after every 7 years, the year of Jubilee, and you don't owe that person anymore, okay? But when a heathen owe you money, he got to work until he pay it off. You could do him as a slave, okay? Verse 28. But if he be not able to restore it to him, then that which is sold for him remain in him that have bought it until the year of Jubilee. That's what I just said. And in the year of Jubilee, it shall go out, and he shall return it to his possession. Okay? What a problem. I'm looking for your slaves shall be of the heathen. All right? I'm trying to get to the point. Here we go. I'm gonna skip down to verse 38. I am the Lord thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. That's the house of bondage, Egypt, to give you the land of Canaan. That's the promised land, the land of milk and honey. It's now called Yasharallah, okay? and be your power. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, that's our great power. His Son, Yahweh Shai, is our great King, our Redeemer. Verse 39, if thy brother that dwell by thee be waxing poor, that show you how we got nothing but niggas amongst us. If we have a brother that's waxing poor, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to tell him you ain't got shit, nigga? You know, like these rappers do and these rich people do, look down on them? No. And be sold unto thee. That means if he come to you and he's waxing poor, you help him. Okay? When they say sold unto thee, that means he's working for you. Okay? You don't just let him starve. All right? Thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bond servant. You're just helping him. You let him come serve because he don't have nothing. What it is, he's coming to work for you to get on his feet. You don't look at him and say, nigga, get your money up. You say, man, look, come work for me. I got you. But you don't, when they say you don't treat him as a bond servant, you don't treat him as a slave. Slaves work for free. You treat slaves like shit. He's your brother that you're helping get on his feet. All right? This is our welfare system. Okay? But as an hired servant. You see what I'm saying? And as a sojourner, he shall be with thee, and he shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee. In 7 years, you send him off, but he's going to leave you with sustenance. And then shall he depart for thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return to his own family, to the possessions of his father, where he shall return. All right, for there are my servants. Yahweh shall say, those are my servants, which I brought up for the land of Egypt, and shall not be sold as bondmen. An Israelite man should never be a fucking slave, man. He should never be treated as a slave, even if he's in the lower state, by another Israelite. We treat him like gold, man. Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor. We about to see who we can rule over with rigor and treat like shit. But thou shalt fear Yahweh. When you treat your brother bad and shit on him and say, I got this and you don't have that, that means you don't fear Yahweh, man. That means you have a white supremacist mind. But thy bondman, the slave, and thy bondmaid, slave, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. That's all they created for, to be our fucking slaves, man. Of them shall you buy bondmen and bondmaids. These other races are created to be our slaves. And it's been told to us from the beginning. Okay? That's it. They're not our friends. They're not our associates. They are our slaves. Okay? Deuteronomy 32 verse 8. Okay? When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, the races, and I'm saying races for edification's sake, for younger brothers looking that don't understand nationalism. All right, these scriptures deal with nations, but the society we're living in, for edification's sake, it deal with race. Okay, and when he separated the sons of Adam, all of us come from Adam. All of the races come from Adam. Okay. He set the bonds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. But the children of Israel that came from Adam, that's the Most High's holy seed, his chosen people. And when he created the other races, he created them to the bounds of the children of Israel. For Yahweh portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. So when he created the other nation, he just created them for them to serve the children of Israel. All right? The people you know as Chinese, they supposed to do our rights and clean our feet and our hands like they do right now. The Hamites, they our taskmasters over the so-called white people. The white people gonna be in the so-called white people. The Hebrew Edomites gonna be in the field picking cotton. All right, plowing the field. All right, Ishmael. We're gonna have Ishmael making us the Persians. Well, Elam. They're gonna be making our rugs, our luxurious rugs and shit. All of them got their place, man. They put in places of servitude, all right? We're going to put Ishmael over our camels and donkeys. He going to tend our camels, our donkeys, and our sheep, okay? All of them got their place, man. But their place is not as a position of equality with us. They are under us, okay? Get another precept. 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter. Let me see, start at verse 11. 17. Alright. We need 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Here we go. 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Be ye not unequally yoked with unbelievers. All of the other nations are unbelievers. They don't believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're at enmity with the power of Abraham and Jacob. When you read Psalms 82, they came against the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob by coming against his people to blot out their name from his people's name from being a nation. Okay, so you're never supposed to be yoked with them. You're never supposed to be hollering on my best friend is Robbie from the job, some Edomite, some so-called white man. Okay, for what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? These people and the way that they live is at enmity with us. They worship idols. They eat detestable, abominable foods that the Most High deemed unclean. They do the detestable acts, man. Okay, so-called Africans, man. Hamites, man, they take shit baths. They drink blood, man. Okay? They do witchcraft and sorcery on the regular, man. They're heathens. They have sex with animals. All these other nations do this, not just the Hamites. The so-called Chinese, man, they eat dogs, cats, man. They're unrighteous. And what communion have light with darkness? What do the people of the Most High, the children of Israel, the holy people, his nation of priests and kings, what do they have with unrighteousness? We're the people of light. What do we have with darkness? And what right has the anointed with Belial? The Belial is the devil, man. Or what part that he that believeth with an infidel? An infidel don't believe. We're believers. We believe in the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. He parted the sea from us, had us walk through on dry ground, man. He fed us water out of a rock, man. He gave us manna from heaven, man. He subdued our enemies round about us, man. Okay? And he separated us from the nations. The word holy means to be separate. Okay? All right? What other precept I'm going to give? I'm going to give an example. I'm going to give a beautiful example of the things that happened when we got yoked with these bitches. These peasants, these pieces of shit. I need Isaiah. Where you at, bro? This is Isaiah 39. Start from the top. It's a short chapter. At the time of Merodach Baldin, that's a Babylonian, the son of Baldin, king of Babylon. All right. Merodach, I think that was a heathen deity the people used to worship too. I'm almost positive. Sent letters and a present to Hezekiah. All right, these other nations that was coming out of King Hezekiah, he was sick, and they sent him gifts. For he had heard that he had been sick and was recovered. All right, now Hezekiah was tripping. Let's see, we about to see what Hezekiah did that pissed off Yahweh Shemel Shai. And Hezekiah was glad of them and showed them the house of his precious thing. He let these heathens, these pieces of shit, cross the threshold of his castle. The silver and the gold and the spices and his precious ointment and all the house of his armor, all that was found in his treasure. There was nothing in his house, nor all his dominion that Hezekiah showed them not. All right, and then turned around and bite him in the butt. He let these people come in his inside. You don't let you even in this society, 2/3 of our people are heathens. We supposed to treat them as infidels. You're not supposed to let them come in your inside, man. Because that's what they do. They're going to try to come to the strong man and bind him, man. All right, they are enemies. You don't let them come in your house. You don't let them come to thy border. Then came Isaiah the prophet unto King Hezekiah and said to him, what saith these men? He said, why you got these heathens round about you, bro? All right. And from when his came unto thee, and Hezekiah said, they are from afar unto me as from Babylon. And we're under the spiritual Babylonians this day. Let you know we not supposed to have nothing to do with these motherfucking Babylons. The so-called white man is in the lot of the Babylonians today. Modern day America is called Babylon, okay? Then said he, what have they seen in thine house? All right. The king, Isaiah, the prophet of the Lord, he came to Hezekiah and say, man, you let them in your house. What have they seen? You let them see your precious things? Nigga, you tripping. Hezekiah wasn't a nigga. He was a man of the law. He just was going off. The creation is subject to vanity, you know? But Isaiah was like, dude, you tripping, bro. All that is in my house have they seen. Like, what the fuck you gonna bring an Edomite in your house to show him your garden, your wine, your gold, your jewels, showing him the things that the Most High has blessed you with? All right, all he gonna do is covet it and come take it from you like he did to the Native Americans, man. Okay? There is nothing among my treasures that I've showed not them. What was this brother thinking? And when brothers go off, sometimes we do it. We guilty of it. You know, you'll go off. You'll go off, and one of your brothers will go off. You'll be like, man, what was that brother thinking, man? Or when you go off, your brother be like, hey, what was you thinking, man? You was tripping, bro. You know. Verse 5. Then said Isaiah to Hezekiah, Kazaki. That's the proper way to pronounce it. Hear the word of Yahweh, the power of hosts. Behold, the days come that all that is in thine house and that which is in thy fathers have laid up and stored unto this day shall be carried away to Babylon. Nothing shall be left, said Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? And the Most High disciplined him there. He judged him for that. How much more in our day and time should we deal with them and be yoked with them or deal with them in no form or fashion? Verse 7, and thy sons that shall issue from thee, which thou shalt begat, shall they take away, and they shall be eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babylon. And we're in the palace of the king of Babylon today, and we're serving him. We did what that brother did, man. Okay? So we supposed to learn from our mistakes. We supposed to learn from what the men of old did in ancient time past, man. All right, and I'm gonna leave one more precept to show the only reason we supposed to halfway deal with these nations. Okay? We supposed to learn from these scriptures and grow from these scriptures. It's 1 Corinthians 7. I'm gonna start at verse 31. All right. Let me see. Do I need to start up top? I'm gonna start at verse 29. But this I say, Akim, the time is short. It remaineth. Man, our great king second coming to the planet Earth is upon us, man. All right? He's coming in great power and majesty to deliver a remnant of his people, man. So if you want to be in that number, you have to redeem the time because the days are evil. And you have to come to these rivers of living water and be fed and live what you learn, man. That both they that have wives be as though they have none. Okay? You can't have all your time into some woman, man. You got to even deal with the women you're dealing with accordingly. If you don't have no woman, man, don't go get one. All right? Let this truth be your woman. Let this truth be your wife. All right? If you deal with a woman, just deal with them accordingly. But this truth is first and foremost in your life. Verse 30. And they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not. Your mind just supposed to be on this truth, man. Okay? And they buy as though they possess not. Because the fashion of this world is going to pass away, man. So the ways of this world, man, you shouldn't pay attention to them, man. You just deal accordingly, man. All right? And they that use this world is not abusing it, man. We just use this world for business and commerce. That's it. So to get our daily bread so we can get our food, water, and raiment. Everything else we shouldn't be indulging in football, basketball, trying to climb up in the ranks of the job, you know? The ways of this world, man. The Most High supply our needs. He give us a job, go to work, get your paycheck, get to this truth. All right? Take care of your children. Teach your children the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai. If you have them in your possession, stick to this truth. All right? If you don't have them in your possession, all you can do is pray for them. And when you have a chance to deal with them, deal with them. All right? And they that buy as though they possess not. Okay? And they use this world is not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passes away. That's the only ways we supposed to be dealing with these other races. When it comes to business and commerce, you got a heathen concubine. That's it. You know, you getting something out of them, man. One of them selling you a lawnmower or something in his life for cheap or something. You getting a plug, you know. You have them for plug's sake. That's it. Down south, when we say plug, you know, you getting a deal from them. You getting something that's expensive for cheap. You know, you're benefiting from them carnally as it pertains to business and commerce. So, Lord willing, man, to sit down was edifying to the hearers. I'm going to give infinite honors to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation and greetings to you, sincere Akim, pushing his truth across the four winds. Kwame Yasharala, death to America.